हरे कृष्णा लाइव हो गया।
यस प्रभु जी।
थोड़ा कम कर दो भाई। चलेगा। चलेगा। लीलायामपि भार्यायाम्
ईलायामपि भार्यायाम्
वायुपुत्राय महाबलः
वायुपुत्रायां महाबलाः
पुत्रम् उत्कलनामानम्
पुत्रमुत्कलनामानम्
योषित् रत्नम् अजीजनत्।
योषिद्रत्नम् अजीजनत्।
ईलायाम् अपि भार्यायाम्
ईलायामपि भार्यायाम्
वायोर्पुत्र्या महाबलः
वायोपुत्र्यां महाबलः
पुत्रम् उत्कलनामानम्
पुत्रमुत्कलनामानम्
योषित् रत्नम् अजीजनत्।
योषिद्रत्नम् अजीजनत्।
ईलायामपि भार्यायाम्
ईलायामपि भार्यायाम्
ईलायामपि भार्यायाम्
ईलायामपि भार्यायाम्
वायोः पुत्र्या महाबलः
वायोपुत्र्यां महाबलः
पुत्रम् उत्कलनामानम्
पुत्रमुत्कलनामानम्
योषित् रत्नम् अजीजनत्।
योषिद्रत्नम् अजीजनत्।
Elayam unto his wife named Ela, api also Bharyayam unto his wife, Vayu of the demigods Vayu, controller of the air, Putriam unto the daughter, Mahabalaha, the greatly powerful Dhruva Maharaj, Putram, son, Utkala, Namanam of the name, Yoshit female, Ratnam jewel, Ajijanath, he begot. The greatly powerful Dhruva Maharaj had another wife named Ela, who was the daughter of the demigod Vayu. By her he begot a son named Utkala and a very beautiful daughter. Dhruva Maharaj's younger brother Uttama, who was still unmarried, once went on a hunting excursion and was killed by a powerful yaksha in the Himalayan mountain. Along with him, his mother Surichi also followed the path of her son. She died. When Dhruva Maharaj heard of the killing of his brother Uttama by the Yakshas in the Himalayan mountains, being overrun with lamentation and anger, he got on a chariot and went out for victory over the city of the Yakshas, Alakapuri.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, mother, you start.
Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Dhruva Maharajas, becoming angry, overwhelmed with grief, and envious of the enemies, was not incompatible with his position as a great devotee. It is a misunderstanding that a devotee should not be angry, envious, or overwhelmed by lamentation. Dhruva Maharaj was a king, and when his brother was unceremoniously killed, it was his duty to take revenge against the Yakshas from the Himalayas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So today we have discussion on anger. Think about it, we will be. Chalo, let us start. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisheshaya Shunyavadi Pashatadeshatarine Jayo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Dhruvorbhatirvadham Shutva Kopama Shucharpitaha Jaitram Syandanam Astaya Gataha Punya Janalayam. When Dhruva Maharaj heard of the killing of his brother Uttama by the Yakshas in the Himalayan mountains, being overrun with lamentation and anger, he got on his chariot and went out for victory over the city of Yakshas, Alakapuri. Okay. So how do we understand anger in a great personality? Now if you look at Dhruva Maharaj, he just had the darshan of the Lord and he was blessed by the Lord. He did such a huge tapasya and he was blessed to have a place equivalent to Vaikuntha in the metal world, a pole star, a rule, blessed with a rule of 36,000 years. So we see that person having received the audience of the Lord apparently looks like he has become victim to anger. And he feels, oh, very bad. So there are various aspects now to look at it. First, overall, there are two aspects. One thing is analyzing others. Now, Dhruva Maharaj is acting. Whenever somebody is doing activity, then only mistakes will happen. Many of us are not doing anything, we're just watching other person. And then when we have our own stereotype ideas what a person should fit into a frame, any leader or respectable person. And then whenever somebody is acting, there can be mistakes also. But mistakes will only happen when you act. When you don't act, there are no mistakes. What is your position? We're just sitting and watching. And that person is acting, is trying to do something. When you're trying to do, then mistakes may occur, may not occur. So generally what happens is that in analysis of somebody like Dhruva Maharaj is in a position of leadership. He has to act. And instances come to him that his brother has been killed. Now he is acting. He is becoming angry and he wants to punish the Yakshas for having done that. Okay. Analysis will do later, but overall our picture is, see, anger, mistake here. What are you doing? We're just sitting, no? And there's no big deal in sitting and sleeping. He is acting. So in activity, when somebody has to do activity, the normal man, okay, he may take 100 decisions, maybe 10 will be mistake. Somebody is very experienced, he'll take 100 decisions, maybe only one is a mistake. But he is taking decisions, he is not just sitting. You cannot say, I'll not do anything, keep sitting. Then there is no fault. When you are acting, then there will be some faults may occur. So it is very easy to sit and develop our own stereotypes and impose our consciousness on other people. And the more advanced a person is, more that is dangerous. But like Dhruva Maharaj, we can sit it, oh, such a great personality, very sad, got overcome by anger. Anger is not good. How do you say anger is not good? All the time. You cannot say like that. Narasimhadev was also angry. So was it bad? You cannot now pass using your Lord. You get stuck. In fact, people have very funny ideas how we should behave. The Mayavadis, particularly what happens, they feel that we should be beyond any emotions. We should be beyond any emotions and kama, krodha, we should be free from that, meditating. They cannot understand all these things. Yes, Hanumanji was also very angry. Now, what happened was, there was question was asked to Srila Prabhupada once by a Mayavadi mentality people, that Swamiji, what if a thief enters your place? Will you punish him? Now, for them, when you're punishing a thief, there is anger, isn't it? There will be anger. You cannot say, hey, what have you done? You should not have done. No. Hey! What are you doing? You have to behave like that. So you are showing anger. So won't that be an aberration? Showing anger? In fact, they are not able to resolve this. Mayavadis, somebody comes to steal, they say they are not able to resolve what we should do. Because when you do, you are acting and angry, no? So Prabhupada gave a very simple answer. The thief has to be punished. No, Swamiji, no, would you punish him? Because thinking then that will aberration of Swamiji. So Prabhupada said, I punish, somebody punish, the thief has to be punished. He was straightforward. So Vaishnava philosophy also makes actually things very reasonable and practical. You know, this Mayavadis, once Srila Prabhupada was giving a class, and then, some person came, I told you that, ridiculous. Swamiji, Arjuna is a great devotee. Prabhupada said, yes. So being a great devotee, how was it that after hearing Gita, he was crying that I'll kill myself, I'll burn myself, I'll not live in this world any longer when he saw Abhimanyu's died. So why did he behave like that? After hearing Gita, looks like he is not in control of himself. So isn't his behavior ridiculous? So Prabhupada said, you are ridiculous and your question is ridiculous. He could not hear insult to a great devotee Arjuna. He said, you are ridiculous and your question is also ridiculous. He was banging him left, right, center, Asking a question, there should be proper respect, How do I believe Arjuna is such a great devotee? And can I understand why? Then we can ask. But his behavior at the time, the question was in a very angry mood. And then Prabhupada said that, see, after banging him, see, it is natural. Now, just analyze now, what is your picture of it? Somebody's son has died, he should look, totally sthanu, not moved at all. That will be very unusual. Okay. That will be very unusual. That will be very, very unusual. Take care. Natural for him. A devotee means natural. He has emotions. Devotee is full of wonderful emotions. He's always ornamented. We see Srila Prabhupada, sometimes he sings Jai Radha Madhav is crying, sometimes he's showing intense happiness, sometimes he's grave. Devotee is full of emotions. Spiritual life means not the no emotions and all the time like that. No, it's not like that. Full of energy, full of emotions, but free from any touch of Maya. But we think we have our idea that the anger means it is bad always. That is your idea. Just like nowadays people have an idea, war is not good. Therefore many times when you start Bhagavad Gita, the first question many people bring up, those who are not teaching, is that why did Krishna sanction war? And then we have to go back to explain what all that Krishna did to avoid the war. But they say war is bad. That's the attitude today around the world. War is there, very bad. War is there. No, you cannot say like that. Sometimes war is good. Now Mahabharata war sanctioned by the Lord was good. It was good, not bad. War is not always bad. War is sometimes good. Therefore, similarly, anger is sometimes good. Punishment is sometimes good. Somebody has done murder and the king hangs him. It is good. Not bad, it is good. So people do not understand. Nowadays, the capital punishment has been removed around the world. But they don't understand. For them, it's like Shudras doing the work of Kshatriya, that's what will happen. Ooh, Shudras, they put on the Kshatriya when you see injustice, now what will happen? And I have to take so much analogy in the classes to convince them on it. I said, you're standing on the street and somebody picks up your child, that happens sometimes, they kidnap children and sell them off. And there's somebody in a scooter comes, picks up your child and goes away. What you'll do? Say, no war, no anger? No. And if you see a policeman, you say, no, I am non-violent. Hey, Papa, please. लातों के भूत बातों से नहीं मानते हैं. There is sometimes just like you're walking on the, that's what analogies. I have to take so much analogies to convince people. Sometimes anger is needed, sometimes punishment is needed. So many analogies we are developing on that. Somebody, walking, this is a picture of a child. Then we used to develop an analogy of, you are walking and behind you an animal, dog is following you, is about to bite your leg. What do? You have seen sometimes, you're walking, dogs are following. It's very dangerous, they just bite. So what do? You hit something, because nothing else works on him. You're driving a car and suddenly a big buffalo is sitting on the road, not moving. What do? Please move. Cannot work like that. You have to, only fear works on animals. So similarly, when people come to the level of animals, only fear works. True? Nothing else works. Laton ko bhoot baaton se nahi mante. Similarly, that analogy the government also takes for punishing the terrorists. They said nothing works on their head. They've gone crazy. They have developed some foolish mentality, full of anger, envy, and only a stick works on them. They say, no, we don't throw bombs, we don't fight. Stupid. Therefore, Prabhupada never appreciated the so-called non-violence, the movement of the Gandhi. He said that was not needed. He said that India didn't become independent because of that. In fact, India became independent. There is some more readings if you study. The Gandhi's Prabhupada's movement had almost faded out by the time 1947. It is because they lost in the World War was very damaging on them. They had no strength to govern, and when a huge lakhs of soldiers coming from the war came back to India, and they were attracted by Subhash Chandra Bose, movement for independence, then they fled for their life. They were seeing danger because Britain was not ruling India from British citizens. They were ruling India by using Indians as the army. And when the Indian army, they saw the signs of mutiny, they panicked and they ran for their life. A thief is not going to leave your house easily. That's how the mentality is. He will think that's his property. Britishers are justifying so many ways. We have come to this country. These people don't know how to govern themselves. They put a stool of an animal inside their house. Whatever, so many reasons they used to put. And the uncivilized people, we have to govern them for their own good. They had. So always a thief will put an analogy, convince himself that what he is doing is good. Everybody does that. Whatever we do, we convince ourselves that it is correct. So that is how the nature of the people is. So they were not going to go. You thief enters your house, is stealing. Yeah, you can steal here also. You are a fool if you do that. You have to see he is punished and thrown out of the house and the money is recovered. You cannot become foolishly non-violent. Yeah, slap here also. That is foolishness. So we have developed some kind of a paradigm that war is not good, anger is not good. That is our foolishness. Please do not ask the expert personalities to follow your kind of mindset of what a great person should be. No. In fact, at this moment, if Dhruva Maharaj will not become angry, unnecessarily they killed his brother, that will be an aberration. And if he doesn't declare a war, that will be an aberration. You understand? Correct? So this is a paradigm shift which we need. Because Kalau Shudra Sambhavaha, the Kaliga whole audience is like Shudras, they cannot understand war and anger. It is Kshatriyas actually, when they see an injustice has occurred, their blood boils and they will punish that person. Correct? So see, an innocent man has been harmed. And if you are an actual Kshatriya, not that the modern day police give a complaint, they'll come after everything is over. They want to avoid. They are Shudras. But a Kshatriya, if he is there, he will be there in a second and give his life to protect you. And he cannot tolerate injustice. And Kshatriya becomes angry. Now Dhruva Maharaj is playing the role of Kshatriya. If he was playing the role of a Brahmana, it would have been different. So imagine how much quality training was there for a Brahmana. Brahmana is forgiving. Brahmana is different. But Kshatriya, but he is not given, Brahmana is not given charge to run the kingdom. No. Kshatriya is given the charge to run the kingdom. And he has to punish the crooks. He has to punish the crooks. And he's going to do that. If he goes to the sages, what is she done? No, according to Shastra, you should punish. But sages are not angry, peaceful. So we have to also understand what role somebody is playing. He should fit in that role. I give you that example some time ago when I was teaching in a college. So the people, you say 8 o'clock morning class, students used to come 8:15. I say, it's fine, please come in. Now, I was just thinking, just like in a temple, when you take a Bhagavatam class or Sunday program, people comes toward the lunch only. Suppose the program is 12 to 2, we find people coming at 1:45, running at 1:55, running and coming, as if they're very eager to eager, they should have come at 12. So, so we see that, so we say, welcome, welcome, welcome. We don't say, no, please, another room is, we don't Zoom also, we don't lock it, come in the time, otherwise the room is locked. We don't do that. We say, please come, take it. So, but when we are taking in a college the class, it became a difficulty because students started coming at 8:45 also. And they used to get attendance. Yeah, please come. Yes, attendance, yeah, I will give you. So then, one day I was discussing with the director. He said, see, you have to now wear the shoes of a teacher. You cannot just be like your priest and take classes. Students, these are different kind of students, not your temple audience. These are all different. If they come to know that they get attendance at any time, they'll come 8:59. So you have to be strict and you have to show little bit of anger if they're late. Why you're late? It's the time to come to the class, please go out, don't disturb. You have to speak like that. So that means I am not playing the role of a Brahmana, even though the work of a teacher, because it's been teaching is happening in a very tamasic atmosphere. I have to wear the shoes of a bit of Kshatriya, being heavy and angry. Correct? Now we don't do that in a Bhagavad Gita class. We are doing Bhagavad, somebody comes, why you come late? Is the time to come? You will say, Prabhuji, then what class you will take now? But in the college, it's fine. Correct? So difference in what kind of role you are playing. Now he is playing the role of a Kshatriya, and it is duty for Kshatriyas, you see, injustices occurred to become angry. It is not wrong. Don't impose your ideas. It is not wrong. That's a separate issue now. We have no business to analyze the personality as Gita Dhruva. That's another topic. But try to understand, just as a Kshatriya, for him to get angry is not wrong. No? So sometimes, therefore, we should be careful. Anger is not always bad. Sometimes anger is good. Somebody offends the Lord, somebody offends the devotees, we feel angry. Now, true, how do we act out is also needed. It's not that somebody has offended the Lord, now I should beat him in public. But you should get angry inside. Somebody offends the devotees, we get angry in our heart. Now generally what we do is that we cut the conversation, we leave that place. That's the best thing to do in the modern day times. Or try to, if the person is reasonable, try to explain to him, sir, no, don't speak like that. You don't know that personality, I know him well. You can talk to like reasonable, but if the person is blah, 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 said, okay, I'll come, just have some work, you just cut off that equation, cut off that situation and just leave that place. Because it is considered not good to hear offenses. It is, in fact, it is called prajalpa. Therefore, we should talk limited. When you talk more than what is needed in your service, then we enter a dangerous element called prajalpa. When you are unnecessarily talking too much, we end up making offenses. So what you should do? Speak limited. So you don't, that's called prajalpa. One of the dangers of prajalpa means it wastes the time, you're talking about material things, you're talking out faults of the people. That's all there, but we're talking more, you end up making offenses and that disturb your spiritual life. So prajalpa, the word means gramakata. It is like that, that is like that. We should stop that business. Therefore, gravity is very much needed. We talk what is needed. Why talk unnecessarily? That will lead to problems, That person said like that, that person said like that, that person said like that. They are passing comments on everything. And then you will end up making enemies. When a person hears, he said that about me, yeah. He said that also, yeah. Why you are commenting? Okay, so we should be limited in our words. Legally also, once I remember we were making agreement for a place. So one lawyer was guiding me. He said, use minimum words. I said, why? He said, legally, I can save you if something else happens. Because if you write too much, then very difficult for me to make a new interpretation. If you write limited, if the person violates, then we have a way to make another interpretation from limit. If there is too much, then you're too clear. It's difficult for me to save you. Write limited. So similarly, we should speak limited words, not too much. In fact, when somebody is just blabbering whole day, what happens actually is that people lose respect for his words. Good to speak less. The word is waiting when you speak. Like Srila Prabhupada, when he used to visit a temple and they would have, Srila Prabhupada, we distributed 10,000 books, the Sankirtana team is waiting outside and they'll put a note, we distributed 10,000 Gitas and all. Prabhupada will just write 2 lines. Today my spiritual master was so happy, he wanted this so much. That's all. Few words. And for devotees, it was their life. In fact, people used to wait. I told you previously, when a letter used to come, whole temple used to wait. And the temple, Prabhupada, always, the thing used to be so sweet. Letters were not for one person, it was for everybody. And Prabhupada used to reply to every letter. Amazing. How he used to do that with a limited time. Not that some idiot writes him a letter every day. Prabhupada is not going to tear and throw it away. They also honor his time. So, not that every day I call up, I ask a question. The person is doing some service, no? Prabhupada is an acharya for the movement, acharya for the golden age. Every moment is valuable. Okay. So, no, he has to reply. Don't put your stereotypes, You become some depression case and all, and every hour. There has been sometimes we go to meet people and we meet a depression case. And the very biggest problem with depression case is every moment he wants attention. And okay, we counsel him, we chant Hare Krishna, we read Prabhupada books, and continue. No, he will call every day for 24 hours. How can you reply to him? And why you are not giving me attention? I don't have any work to do. So people don't understand that, why the person is not replying? Prabhupada replied every letter. Did anybody write every minute one letter to Prabhupada? And Prabhupada is going to reply. He has no other work to do. You are the only person in the world Prabhupada has to preach. No, Prabhupada did not act like that. He was reasonable with the reasonable people. Correct? He was replying. Prabhupada did not. He was replying. But not he was think that he will reply every moment. That is stupidity. Because some people, even you spend 24 hours, you cannot satisfy them. The person has to, everybody has to take care of his own mind. We cannot help it. We can give general guidelines, we can inspire by our own example, but every person has to take charge and take care of his own mind and body. He has to do it. You cannot expect others to do it. You have to take charge. Okay? And then the person will be happy. There was one case and I said, so you please start chanting. Then again he made 1 hour call. Then I said, are you chanting? No. Please start chanting, then you call. Correct? Otherwise, he is not chanting, he is not following the regular principle. He will not be happy at any situation. As many hours and hours and hours other people spend. No. He has to take charge of his mind and body and see whether he is behaving a reasonable way and he is following the instruction. Then you can help. You understand? Otherwise, it cannot be. So don't put a stereotype. The person has to reply, I gave a letter, or nowadays a mail or so. How can he do that? Please put yourself in that situation. Will he be able to do that? Or he has to stop all the work and just, you have become crazy, he should also become crazy. No. So try to understand, we should not put our stereotype on others' picture. Try to, at least with the sanity, try to understand what situation that person will be, or what situation I'll be if I'm in that situation. If you are a Dhruva Maharaj, just think for some time, why he became angry? No, please try to cool down, understand, he is a Kshatriya, he is a king. An injustice has occurred to his own brother who has been killed unnecessarily. Now he has to act. Correct? In his acting, he became angry. He has to be, how can you fight without becoming angry? Can Arjuna fight? Hey Duryodhana, take one bow. No, he has to be angry. It's not easy. And even though he has to be angry, the instruction for Krishna was Mam Anusmara. Mam Anusmara Yuddhacha. What is the instruction of Krishna to Arjuna? You remember me and fight. Even in fighting, they would remember Krishna. He's been instructed to do that. Okay? So you're becoming angry out of false ego, then your whole body shakes. And that anger is not recommended. Anger out of ahankara is not recommended. Anger out of duty, that's called anger in duty, is not bad. Just like as parents, your child doesn't get up. My dear child, it's already 10 o'clock, why you're still sleeping? That anger is not bad. It's a dutiful anger. So therefore anger as a duty, like a mother is angry. My dear child, why do I see you doing that? That's not bad. A teacher is angry. Why is it you're coming late for the class? Is it the time to come to the class? That doesn't hurt anybody because in that anger there is no ego. See what happens? When there is a false ego, ahankara behind an anger, that hurts. Okay, but when we are acting, because we are not pure devotees, but is at least acting, it will not be 100% pure. There will be some mixed of ahankara in it. Now we just sitting and watching, see, he became angry, but he is at least acting, you are just sitting. So when he's doing things, okay, no, he acted, but when he got angry, I could see that bit of disturbance, you are disturbed, okay, that's fine. He is not 100% pure. Are you 100% pure? But he's acting, he's taking is doing his job. Okay, so true, as a person is more advanced, when he is acting, it lives more and more free from ahankara. But we should do that. He delivered the job, he did the job. Take care. And as he advances more in spiritual life, the anger will be free more from ahankara, will be more out of duty. Dutiful anger actually doesn't hurt people. You should do the project on time. If you don't do on time, you're showing anger. But that is out of duty and nobody minds it. It's very strict, but they feel it good, the good people. You cannot satisfy everybody also in this world. Correct? That is also there. Somebody acts, somebody make offenses, sometimes we say, why you have done that? You should not have done like that. Isn't it wrong? And so I got hurt. Now what can he do? He was just doing his duty. Correct? No, I got hurt. No, that's not very important. I got hurt. How we can take, like yesterday I was telling you, when you see a red light, you have to stop. So similarly, in our behavior also, we have to be careful. We cannot take I want to proceed. I want to urgently go to meet my friend, but there is red light, I have to stop. So similarly, there are red lights of behavior. Red lights, the first red lights of the 4 regulative principles. You have to definitely stop. But my mind is wanting, I want to touch that, I want to eat that. No, it's liquor, you cannot drink or eat. It's non-veg, you cannot eat. I want to drink that, no, it's liquor. So there is red lights. You follow that, you advance in spiritual life. And then as you start advancing, then there are more subtle principles which, we have that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, kutinati, duplicitous behavior. Now it's not that duplicitous person is not following, he's following regulative principles. But duplicitous behavior, no, devotee's behavior should be very natural and straightforward. Then it's so sweet atmosphere it creates. Kutinati, jiva himsa, giving pain to others. Nishidachar, not following rules and regulations. Nishida, achar is not proper. Mana puja patisha, desiring respect, adoration, worship. These are subtle principles. Now somebody may be following all 4 regulative principles, but may not be following this. This will, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, it will choke his spiritual growth. This also will choke. The more refined, subtle behaviors will come, more. As we clean, first we clean the gross behavior, then subtle. Also anger sometimes more, it comes. So to be angry is not wrong all the time. But how much to be angry, to whom to be angry, to when to be angry is not easy. Okay, this is analysis of anger. There are more things to anger. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Kama esha, Krodha esha. Kama and Krodha are very much connected. Dhyayate vishaya pumsa sangaste upajayate sanga sanjayate kama krodha vijayate. Now we understood the behavior anger, but not anger is generally from kama. And unsatisfied kama leads to anger. You are not satisfied. But then what happens within your system? Suppose you are desiring sinful activities, illicit sex, which is the king of all of them in Kali Yuga. People can easily give up meat eating, not a big deal. Not to be very proud. Even birds are vegetarian. Liquor, even animals and birds don't drink, so don't have to be proud of that. intoxication, gambling. Also, you don't see other species doing gambling. But the problem with illicit sex, that is difficult to control. Somebody went to Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, I'm following 2.5. Regular Prabhupada are laughing. What is this 2.5? So you don't say 2.5, I'm feeling 3. No. True, yesterday we discussed among the regulative principles in chanting, primary for Vaishnavas is chanting. If the chanting is in place, it will give you strength to follow the regulative principles. Mayavadi, they focus more on regulative principles and they don't chant. That is not correct. But the devotees, sometimes they chant and they don't follow regulative principles. That is also not correct. Okay, that becomes sahajiya. See the two part of behavior. Somebody follows regulative principles very nicely, okay, strictly, but they don't chant. This is called Mayavadis. Okay? And some reverse people, they chant Hare Krishna very nicely, but they don't follow regulative principles. That's called sahajiya. They're making spiritual life cheap. So both are not good. Devotee chants Hare Krishna also, and therefore we have the statement always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna is for chanting Hare Krishna, never forget Krishna is for sinful activity, because the very nature of sinful activity is that makes you forget the Lord. Okay? So this picture should become clear. So anger generally comes because of frustration, normal anger, ego. And so therefore, everybody after taking bath looks like a saint, but you start insulting him, consciously, unconsciously, he becomes very, very angry. That shows the deep inside out. If the deep inside your house there is no peace, then outside your behavior will not be good. Okay? So when we get angry, many a time, most of the time our anger is because of our own mistakes. So what we should do at the time is that reflect on, is there some sinful activity, and particularly to illicit sex in Kali Yuga, which is biggest trap, that meditation has to stop. I have to stop that. Then my mind will be peaceful. And then there will be no frustration, because it is said, we cannot satisfy greed. The anger sometimes, by getting angry, you shout at somebody and he says, okay, at that moment, listen. Then the anger goes away. Then you talk to him very peacefully. But greed is unlimited, never gets satisfied. Correct? So sense gratification, when it takes the nature of the greed, more, I want more. Even though you get sense object, you satisfy, but that never ends. Tripyanti neha kripanaha bahudukka bhaja. Prahlad Maharaj says, you will never be satisfied in sense. Tripyanti neha bahudukka bhaja. It will actually, yanamayatunadi grihamedi sukhame tuchham. That's the nature of sex desire. Tuchha, I said, I spit at that. Yanamayatunadi, he said the sex pleasure which is enjoyed by grihamedi, not grihasthas. He didn't comment on grihasthas. Grihastha means just for having a child having sex. That is not wrong. He says grihamedi. Grihamedi means there are no rules, just like animals living together. They try to call it grihasthashram. That's not grihasthashram. That is animal ashram. Yanamayatunadi grihamedi. This grihamedis, yanamaituna, their sex pleasure, tuchham, I spit on that. Kanduya nena karayoriva dukkha dukkham. What is that finally? Rubbing hands and legs together. Dukkha. What I see is only pain and pain in that. Tripyanti neha, nobody is ever satisfied. Nobody is ever satisfied. Tripyanti neha, kripanaha, such a miser. Why miser? He could have actually endeavored to get spiritual pleasure. He is running for material pleasure. Bahudukka bhaja, kandutivam manushajam vishaheta dhiraha. A sober person tolerates. Just like you get some itching sensation sometimes. Now it is very hot in Mangalore. Weather is changing now. Rain is about to come. It will be very pleasant. But now it's hot. But I hope that's not a deterrent for people who want to come to do service. Somebody asks, Prabhu, it's a little too hot. Please don't come. Don't come, please. Don't come, please. We don't want such people to do service. Then you are coming for your comfort. Service is different attitude. The more the desire for service is there, more person is able to take inconvenience in service to the Lord. And the minimum desire for, and everything is wonderful. The weather is air conditioned. It's very pleasant. Air is blowing. Then I can do service. That will we will rather be bothered to keep you comfortable. We are absorbed in trying to take a big event. In fact, I was very worried because at the same time there was an opening of ISKCON Radha, and we just came to know yesterday it has been now postponed. So now we have to be ready. Everybody will come here. 500 ISKCON team only, plus our devotees. Actually, I was expecting 2,000 families. Presently, we have maybe 150, 200 families, 10% only people. Take it, that's all. Okay. People will, service is voluntary, it is not forced. Take it, but let us proceed now. So there's an anger, the more reason of anger comes of frustration. So we should see that we don't, because somebody is getting too much angry. Light anger is okay, dutiful anger, hey, you should not have done like that. But somebody is too much angry, immediately for me, it become very alarmed. I feel this person is not following the regulatory principle. Immediately I become very, very alarmed. And generally it is proven after some time. So we should watch out because too much anger shows something is wrong. Little okay, it happens here and there, we are not perfect in our behavior. Hey, what is this? Why you are doing like that? That's all okay. But like that, some kind of anger means something is very much wrong. This is like a volcano is, blowing out. That means inside something was wrong. So they say like volcano comes, they keep analyzing. There is some plates of the earth crust are crashing. There is a big reason inside. So similarly, volcano kind of bursting out of the person regularly. Okay, once okay, regularly is bursting out. Something become alarmed. Something must be really wrong. We don't know what it is, but it comes on. We live on trust and faith, but we become alarmed. So it doesn't show good because karma that leads to krodha. Also, anger comes when somebody it becomes very fearful. Many times I have seen people when the situation not able to handle the situation, he becomes very fearful, so he becomes angry to protect himself. And now you suppose you are in a position of authority, you don't have to be angry because you can actually tell, see, this cannot be done, and your word carries weight. But generally, who becomes angry? Who does protest on the street? Who don't actually have an authority? Isn't it? Just analyze this. On the streets, who were the people who show anger and all? Because they don't have power. So by gathering the crowd and all, they try to show power. So fearful people, another analysis, they become angry. So anger sometimes comes because we are not confident about ourselves. If you are really confident that yes, Krishna is protecting me, I have the lotus feet of Krishna, and I am trying to serve Krishna. Then, just like Ambarish Maharaj, when the demon was thrown to him, he was not fearful. Krishna, whatever you wish. Parikshit Maharaj, when he got the curse to be killed by a snake, was not fearful. Because once we become fearful, we lose our qualities. So another reason the anger comes is because we become fearful of another person. Somebody has come shouting at you, you become fearful. Then you become angry to protect yourself. You're not able to maintain your calm behavior. Many times, people when they come shouting at us, and they expect you to act like a saint. The people expecting you're a saint, you're not a Dhruv Maharaj, you're not a Kshatriya. So they expect you should be peaceful, even though they act like an animal. Why he got angry? No, he's also a human being. He has to act. Okay? But analyzing ourselves, when we become fearful, that is another reason we become angry, to cover up our fear, to protect ourselves. Anger, just like a dog, sometimes you're chasing him, he start barking to protect himself. A snake, when you're trying to kill him, shows his fang to protect himself. You see the behavior in a lot of animals. There were some instances you see, people protect themselves from attack even a lion. Because, there are many examples you would have seen. There was one small hen and had small children. And a tiger entered the place. To protect the children, as a motherly love, she started jumping in anger and the tiger went away. So what do we see in their behavior? That actually anger is seen across the species. It comes out to protect oneself. So when we become fearful, also when we become angry. And finally coming to, there is not only material anger, there is something called spiritual anger. Okay? And that is different. Like Narsimha Deva or Hanumanji, that's different. For us, For ourselves analyzing, we should think about deeply that our anger is mostly not from a spiritual platform. Our anger is mostly not also from a dutiful platform. Many times we should introspect that our anger comes from our fearful nature, our anger comes from karma, okay? And that if we can by realizations, see when we become more advanced in spiritual life, your heart becomes free from lust. When you become advanced in spiritual life, then only we become free from fear. And then our anger will stop. Many times people say, I'm short-tempered, what do I do? Sometimes I get angry. But you see, it cannot be just like that stopped. Okay? People have karmis of so many solutions, you count 10, you do that, you breathe and all that. Okay? That's how things, the techniques may help or not, may not help. But overall, the anger can be removed by spiritual advancement, because then there is no lust in the heart, and then there is no fear in the heart, and then anger will actually cease. There may be very rare occasionally that anger may be there, but that is not because of that, that is because of spiritual. Why? Just like there was once in Prabhupada landed in America, I told this instance to you previously. He invited a big guest who was going to help him to extend his visa. So Prabhupada invited him, and Prabhupada was very hardworking. Imagine at that age how much effort Prabhupada took to bring us to Krishna consciousness. At the advanced age of 70 plus years, Prabhupada is cooking a big feast. How much we struggle to cook, no? Cooking is very difficult. Easy, very easy to eat, very difficult to cook. And more difficult to wash the pots after cooking. So then what happened? Prabhupada was cooking a big feast, doing hard work, bringing all the items from the market, hardly has any money, making a big feast, a simple expression, please help me. And he told one student outside, they're not disciples at the time, students, see, nobody enters this place, nobody disturbs me. What happened actually, that fellow, a student, so when Prabhupada came down to 2 hours, he said, the guest does not come. He said, you told me to push away everybody who came. He said, okay, tell me, did somebody come like this? Yes. He said, the guest itself pushed away, idiot. Prabhupada was very upset. You can say, why is he angry? Because his service has been disturbed. Once Prabhupada, on the night, he used to sitting and writing, and sometimes the doors are not locked, they leave banging, with the air, bar. Prabhupada used to call and say, what is this? Please stop this. This is disturbing me. So these are not, take the instance, he was angry. So therefore, Vaishnava Kriya Mudra should be carefully understood. And we should avoid to take analysis of everybody, if not our service. Just like I gave you a very good example previously. It's not our business to put thermometer on everybody's mouth and take the temperature. Nobody has given you the service. If you have that service, you're a doctor, he has faith in you, then you do it. Otherwise, it's not our business. So we should not pervade our consciousness everywhere and analyze this, and take up a role of a judge. Who has given you that role? Okay, are you qualified? Number one, you may not be qualified. And why you want to do that? We try to judge better when Paksana Prabhupada says, when fault in others disturb you, find fault in yourself. Okay, Hare Krishna. So some thoughts on anger. Now there are amazing devotees who would like to add something. Anybody likes to add, you can raise your hand. Yeah, Dhanyadhameshwari Mataji, what is your realization on anger? How do you handle anger? We are sadhakas. We are in problem. How do you handle anger sometimes?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. 1 second, bro.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah, tell
Hare
me.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Actually, before coming to Krishna consciousness, I should tell I was in very much ignorant only, Prabhuji, to handle the anger. When my kids does some mistake and all, immediately I will scold them actually. Now, see, scolding and anger will never give any solution. So we need to analyze the situation, what made them to do these things, and what way we can help them to come out of that. That way I am able to handle it, Prabhuji. So anger we need to have when they do the wrong things, and no, without anger we cannot handle some situations. We have to use anger, Prabhuji. Or not always the anger should be used. So that was a lesson learned by me after the Krishna consciousness.
Yeah, and very interesting thing is we are all dealing with Prabhupada devotees, and Prabhupada has forbidden us to become angry at devotees. Forbidden us. So it's a mistake when you, because a Prabhupada devotee is not yours. Prabhupada says no punishment for my devotee. No punishment is no anger, includes no anger. No anger. No gestures, no words, and no physical action which gives pain to a devotee. Prabhupada says they are spreading the holy name of the Lord. They are the most fortunate people. They have to be only awarded and rewarded, not punished. No punishment. Okay? So particularly now dealing with devotees, we should be careful, no anger. Unlimited. So we have to tolerate, we have to show unlimited tolerance. You know. For devotees, tolerance has no limit. It has to continue tolerating and keep encouraging. Yes, Lalita Vinodini Mataji, Hare Krishna. What is your realization on anger? How do you handle anger?
Better to not expect anything from anybody. That's the best way. But what happens is when you take a leadership, when you take a responsibility, and things doesn't happen according to what you plan, then slightly you become upset and you tend to show your. It's not anger. You show your frustration.
Frustration, yes.
So that then immediately we realize.
My realization has been that sometimes the whole relationship is broken by getting angry. People get scared of you. People get scared of you, correct? And the relationship is also broken. Officially they may stay, but they keep distance from you. So you have to be very careful. Whole life of relationship is broken by once getting angry. People don't expect that also. People see always you smiling and all. Hey, why did you do that? That's it. People don't forgive you for that. People are very less forgiving. So take control of your anger because you lose relationships. Natwar, Hare Krishna. गुस्से के बारे में क्या बोलेंगे?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी। एक्चुअली जो गुस्सा होता है ये अगर गुरु और भक्त करते हैं तो ये एक्चुअली में कृपा है भक्तों के लिए। हम लोग ऐसा एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं जैसे कि जगाई मदाई के ऊपर भगवान का कृपा था, वो क्रोध करते हैं और उसका उद्धार होता है। इवन नारद मुनि जी जो हैं वो अपने कुबेर के पुत्रों के ऊपर श्राप देते हैं, लेकिन वो उनका उद्धार होता है। तो अगर भक्त और गुरु हम पे गुस्सा कर रहे हैं तो एक्चुअली वो हम पे कृपा ही कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनको राइट पता है कि क्या सही है और क्या गलत है। अगर कोई मटेरियल पर्सन गुस्सा करता है तो वो गलत है। ये
ठीक है, वेरी गुड। ठीक है, दैट इज अ वेरी वाइज विजन, बट वो आपके लिए अच्छा है। बट व्हेन यू गेट एंग्री, अपने को ध्यान रखने का कि लोग डर जाते हैं, है ना? है ना? तो जब तक रिश्ता ना हो, अगर बहुत अच्छा रिश्ता है तो कभी थोड़ा वी कैन टेक प्रिविलेज ऑफ गेटिंग एंग्री, बट वेरी केयरफुल इफ देयर इज नो प्रॉपर रिलेशनशिप ऑफ जस्ट लाइक आप बोल रहे हैं गुरु से रिश्ता था, like Prabhupada used to get angry, devotees take it as a great mercy. Shastra is a great mercy when an acharya becomes angry, because giving attention to you, is thinking about you. Even sharper from a great personality like Guru is beneficial. You understand? Like you're talking Narad Muni ka jo shrap tha Kuberas ke beta ko, that was beneficial for them. Blessing in that is called, because they can actually, that's very advanced personality. They even curse, that is a blessing. They cannot think bad of anybody. Right? So we should look in that way, but there should be that is at their platform, very advanced. For us, be careful, unless there is a good relationship, avoid. Better avoid altogether. My experience has been the relationship broken. Once, whole life you're encouraging the person. Once you say, why did you do that? Person cuts off, never contacts you again. So, थोड़ा ध्यान भी रखने का, है ना? Okay. Supriti Mataji, what's your realization on anger?
Hare Krishna Matata. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Anger is one of the toughest things which I face every day, Prabhuji. It's like, as you rightly said, Prabhuji, the relationship in this, what we are living, no, like it's always very sensitive. The moment you get angry, they are very quickly, they want to cut off the relationship to continue. And this is what we have to work on every day. Like I feel like I should work on this anger management, anger issues every day, because anger is there whenever I feel angry, I feel like I am very like loud, empathetic towards them. That's why I'm angry, but they are not in a position to understand that. So it's better not to be angry and stay calm and say that it's for better, if it's for their better, we are suggesting something. Hare Krishna.
Yes, that will be better to avoid anger. Yes, what you want to say, Beena Mataji? You want to add something on anger? I'm angry!
Nahi, Prabhuji, I wanted to hear from you on something. While you were talking about anger levels, you spoke about a person who really behaving very weird and very angry. And you also said there could be something really wrong with that person. What do you think could be wrong with that person if a person behaves like that, Guru Prabhuji?
No, no, the Bhagavad Gita
Because
says,
nobody wants to behave like that, but they
Dhyayate
behave
Vishyapurusa.
insane.
No, no, see, little bit of anger is we should ignore because that is, we are not perfect in our own social dealings. Are we perfect? No. Correct?
No.
Just like we see the Daksha, unimaginably angry at Lord Shiva and cursing him. Something is wrong. And what is that? He's too much involved in sex life, correct? He is expert only in that. Kama will lead to Krodha, correct? We can easily analyze, correct? So we should see, at least for, see, we live on trust. How do we live? We live on trust. So we are not going to analyze everybody. We wish well for everybody. But we become little alarmed if somebody is becoming uncontrollably, like what na, जानवर की तरह, you become little worried. As a manager, at least for me, I become very worried. Is that person following this? Why is he getting so angry? And in many cases in my experience it has been, later it comes off. He was not following regular principles, something was wrong. It comes. So brahmacharis, we know, obviously the problem is he's thinking about this and very soon he goes away. So he's feeling so disturbed. He should be happy. Getting a chance to serve the lotus feet of the Lord. And we see he's getting very angry, we become very bewildered. And there are some people who adjust to any situation. He keeps your mind. Therefore Prabhupada says, somebody his senses are controlled, he will not become angry. Okay, thank you. Vipin Vilas ji, what do you say? गुस्सा, आपको गुस्सा कभी नहीं आता? आप तो बहुत शांत हैं.
नहीं प्रभु जी, हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम. Actually, before coming to Krishna consciousness, I was very like short temper and that one. That is everyone's experience. But after that, last 3-4 years, if I see myself, it's a paradigm change, I can say. And so the only one thing I would like to say actually, if we replace our Kama by the Rama, then definitely everything will be controlled. So that's why, yeah. So if we remember Krishna always and never forget Krishna, as you told in the lecture also. So that is by achieving this 4 regulative principle and this minimum chanting 16 rounds. So definitely it will help a lot and it help on me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, wonderful. See, people, they see change in our behavior. अरे भक्ति कर रहा है तो लोगों को थोड़ी दिखता, लोगों को गुस्सा नहीं करता आजकल. Great, क्या कर रहा है यार, मैं भी जब करूँगा. People get inspired when they see that your behavior has changed, improved. So it should improve. All of us do get angry, and mostly we get angry 99% unnecessarily out of false ego, not out of duty or not out of service to Krishna. Right? So in that sense, that anger should be mostly reduced. Yes, Shobha Malli Mataji, you don't get angry? Hare Krishna.
As a human being, everyone will get angry, Prabhu. But controlling is, as you said, it is all on our, how we control our senses. But nowadays, I think the effect of the chanting or being very devoted to Krishna, I get angry, Prabhu, but I will control it also. But I feel sad at the same time for the people who will really have the argument and everything, how to overcome this. I feel sad and I become dull. Instead of getting angry, I will control it very well, but I become sad. How should I come out of it?
Realizations. See what happens. At a sadhaka stage, when we are doing things, we do, sadhaka means you should control the anger, correct? The Bhagavad Gita it is said, the nectar of instruction, it is said, control. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam. Vegam means control. You want to be a gentleman, you should control anger. Anger is a tendency, like itching sensation. The itching sensation can be controlled. You don't have to itch. So you don't have to shout every time we get angry, and you are practicing trying to control anger. One step higher than me, at least compared to me, one step higher. I don't control. You're controlling. And that time, because we are not totally self-reliant, we do get frustrated. Okay? But as the realizations will improve, your mind is the lotus feet of Krishna. It's fine. Krishna's will. What can I do? Like Parikshit Maharaj is saying, such a big injustice is done. I've been given a death penalty. It's wrong. Correct? But it's Krishna's wish. What can I do? Now, this person is a saint. I can't kill him. I will not even counter. I have to accept his curse. He accepted. Okay? It's fine. So as the realizations improve,
So
we
you
see that
say
actually
acceptance.
Krishna is in control. See what happens? We get angry because we like the world to be under our control. But the world is under Krishna's control. True? Anna? And Krishna willing things are moving like that. My Lord, I can only pray. And we discussed recently power of prayers. Anna? I can pray. Please pray. Krishna, give that person some buddhi. Just like your own children sometimes. Give them buddhi so that they can be better gentlemen. What can I do? As a mother, I can tell, but they don't listen. Then I can only pray now. True? And accept the Lord is in control. What can I do? Okay? Because we think situations should come under our control, we forget that I am not God. I am only a jiva and I have limited space of influence. I am not God who can be sitting in every heart and instruct, but He is there in everybody's heart. My Lord, see, I try to do my duty as a mother or as whatever responsibility, but things are not going properly. And I am feeling frustrated. So what can I do? I know I cannot control. I am not God. You are God. And I can only pray to you, please be kind to this living entity and give him some buddhi so that he acts more intelligently for his own good. What can we do? Correct? Sometimes what happens is that we, in social intercourse and ISKCON, what we do is that suppose some devotee is behaving in a strange way, and as a leader I call him, explain to him, this is not good, it's not expected. But if it is fine, he is respectful to me, I do that. But suppose he is not respectful, then what we do? We look for his mentor, whom he respects, and tell him, and he counsels him. Correct? He can only counsel somebody when he respects you. Otherwise, it will be tutu my man. That will be fight. Correct? There is no use. So go to somebody whom he respects and tell him to counsel him, and that will work. Okay? Hare
Okay.
Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you
Yes,
so
Hare
much, Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
विकास जी, हरे कृष्णा। बहुत गुस्सा आ रहा है, आपको बहुत लेट कर दिया।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु, दंडवत प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्णा।
Prabhu, anger is the, in my perspective, there are two ways. Anger, if from the guru or teacher, it should good in a way learning approach, because it's my personal experience. One of my engineering college professor, human science, everybody was scared because of the anger. But now I'm always remember, because whatever he's teaching always was, and he's giving to lesson. Still after the 15 year, I remember and I touched it. But same time, from our side, if we something not feel good, we
Prabhuji, the voice has gone away. So what we collected was that
best way to away from that point. This is the my way.
is the what is the conclusion? Best way to be away from that is the voice is not coming. So anyway, but what we got from you was that teacher was angry. That was you feel it was not wrong. It was good for you. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Vikas ji. Hare Krishna. थोड़ा आपका माइक से आवाज कम आ रहा है इधर, ठीक है? Hare Krishna, everybody. ठीक है? Now Deepali has some last word. Anger is a punishment given to ourselves for another's mistake. You know, to hold anger within the heart is not good. You know, it is another analysis that when you are angry at somebody and maintain anger within yourself for a long time, it harms you more than another person. Okay, so we should try to be really, okay, what he has done, you know, suppose somebody spoke something wrong, okay, he should not have spoken that and leave it. But 24 hours you meditate on that, that's what we do. Somebody gets angry, oh, what have you done? Why is he getting angry? I'm doing so much service, he's getting angry at me. And we spend hours, days thinking about that. You're wasting our time. Okay, just keep it aside. Okay, fine. Why I should waste my day over it now? Correct. He was angry for one moment, but I wasted my life thinking about that. Why we do like that? That is foolishness. Thank you. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhe evacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnava Anant Koti Vaishnavindaki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Hare Krishna, everybody.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Krishna
Pranam
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
thanks a lot
Thank
for
you.
anger
Hare
control
Krishna
and many,
Prabhuji.
many
Dhanva
thank you very
Pranam. Hare
much.
Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Very useful talk today, Prabhuji, for someone like me who is very
Hare
quickly
Krishna
prone to
Prabhuji.
anger.
Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you.